All right, everything appears to be on and working. Tonight, it is about 10 o'clock at night where I'm at right now. Justus will be here in the morning to do more retakes on that song we were doing last time. So tonight, I have to go through and try to mix it a little bit, get all the edits done, timing, tuning, stuff like that. I figured I would just record it anyway. You may have noticed Justus say that his audio sounds a little different than what it was before. There is a reason for that. There's two sets of headphones, first and foremost. This pair that I am wearing is usually what Justus is wearing, and that is connected to the mixer. The mixer is EQ'd a certain way so that you guys don't hear a buzzing sound. The other pair of headphones, these ones, are connected directly to my DAW. So I'm hearing a little bit more clarity because there is no extra EQ or anything like that. And I wanted to explain that a little bit. So I'm going to play the song a little bit and kind of talk through it to show you what I mean. There's a weird buzzing, and to prevent that, I had to EQ out the buzz. So Justus hears the song, but it's without any mid-range whatsoever. And that was the way I had to do it to get the buzzing out so that not everybody is annoyed like crazy. So I'm going to hit play and show you exactly what I mean by that. So this is what Justus hears, and it's also what you hear. And this is how it's supposed to sound. But this is, you hear this. Now, the reason for me taking that off is because when you turn the mids back on, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there is a buzz. And when the music's on, it's much louder. So I had to turn down the mid-range to mute the buzz. So that is why Justus hears something different. There's not much I can do about it, but it is well enough for him to be able to record on, which is what I needed him to do. He doesn't need to hear it perfectly. He just needs to hear it. Once we're mixing, we mix and try to make it quote-unquote perfect, but that's never going to happen anyway, but you get my point. So, two sets of headphones. The other pair of headphones is not connected to the mixer in any way, shape, or form. It's just connected to the DAW. And I prefer it that way. That's how I set it up on purpose. Because I like to be able to have a good reference to whatever we're recording. But the mixer allows multiple people to not only hear the song at the same time, but also for us to be able to record and hear our voices. Because this pair of headphones, the ones that are connected to the DAW, you cannot hear the microphones. The DAW is completely separate from everything else. I'm not keeping everything we retracked, which was the plan originally. I'm going to listen through the song on the DAW headphones and kind of pick out things that need done first and do those. Just like last time, I am not really going to be paying attention to the filming. It will be filmed, but it won't be, it's in the background of my head. I'm not really concerned about the filming of it. I'm just more concerned about doing the work that I have to do. So I'm not going to sit here and explain everything that I'm doing or why or how or what. That's not the intention today. Today is just to get it kind of sounding good for tomorrow when Justus is here and we can, move on. Alright, let's try to find... Drag that down. Let's start some combo mixes here. Is it on? It is on. Let's get the timing on that right. That my mouse is not working proper. Very good. Alright, try to find some comps here. Alright, we're gonna keep that one. I don't know if there's much I can do about that, because I'm sure the new tracks also have it. Verse 1 sounds okay. Verse 2's got the wicka wicka wicka. So, it's just like palm mute, the guitar, the pick is hitting the string and it goes wicka, 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 and it does kind of bug me, but I don't know if it's going to get any better than that is the problem. So we're going to see. Yeah, they all have it, so there's no sense in even... If it's going to sound the same as what I already have, there's no sense in mixing a second one. So, let's see what we can do with this pre-chorus. Let it all burn, and I'm out on my own. They have to stay because that was what I wrote. So we need to find what I wrote for Justus. Okay, so let's go through his takes and see if we can't find something. Nope, not that one. Let's maybe try that yellow one on top of the blue. That'll do for now. I kind of want to get a retake of it, but what are you gonna do? All right, so we have to finagle this one a little bit, except for the main song. Okay. Let's go ahead and reduce the volume. Those two are muted. Those are muted. Justus is now active. Mine is muted. Drums. Yeah, okay. Let's see how it all sounds together in context. Print going off? That's why it sounds weird. Where's my... I know it's going to sound like junk, but how bad is it? Pretty fucking bad. That's what that is. Okay, that just needs retract. I'm not even going to focus on getting a re-recording of it, so we're just gonna have to deal with that tonight. And tonight's was about Justus's track anyway. Cut. You know, actually I don't want to cut those. I just want to mute them because I might use the asset later. All right, let's see how that sounds. Do I like with or without? Hard to say. The left and right don't sound bad. Here's the question, would that sound better with the new open? It might. Yeah, I think so. We're gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. So the bridge. I know we got some takes on the bridge. So, I mean, minor difference, if any. It doesn't sound bad enough to... There's a couple little things. I think it's in my guitar, honestly. We may retract that. We may keep it. I don't know. So let's go. Let's fit the whole song on the screen. What's muted right now? Just the tracking. Okay, cool. Well, that's kind of what I wanted anyway. So, here's the song so far, subject to change. Gonna definitely do some mixing to it. This is not the final product. We're gonna get the vocals on and then mix after the vocals so that we can kind of like concentrate. I'm very, very much a record everything and then mix everything kind of dude. Like the stuff that I'm doing is, I guess, kind of a pre-mix. But there's a lot of edits, like that guitar that we just listened to, Josh's main, the chugs. There's a lot of, if we solo that, a lot of artifact or something. Like guitar noise. I'm gonna cut that stuff out. Yeah, so let's hear the song the way it's going to stay today. Oh, okay, we gotta save all of that because I do not want to have to redo that again. All right, that is it for now. I think it's ready for when Justus gets here, see what he thinks. I think he's going to like it. I think he might want to make a few minor changes. I kind of do too, especially in the drums. I really want to tighten up this main track. So that'll happen at some point. It's getting kind of late though. It is 11:53. So been at it for a little while, a hot minute. Yeah, I like the new chorus. It doesn't sound as dull to me. Really like that. All right, I think that sounds pretty solid so far. Obviously, there's going to be things that we want to do with it as well. It's just one of those things. It takes time. It's not going to be done in a day. It's not going to be done in a week. It might not even be done in a couple of months. We might be making changes to this long time. Who knows? I don't know. I'd like to release it like end of summer. That's it. That's all, folks. I don't know what to tell you. So, till next time, peace.